You know, you really piss me off, Rat. Like, seriously, what are we doing? Okay, so if you haven't seen the Direct this morning, well, first off, you didn't miss too much outside of Prime 4 finally getting a release date, and the return of the open-ended idea from Prime 3's development, so, you know, that's pretty neat. Mario's going to space for a sequel film, and they're trying to sell us Galaxy on Switch again, so that's something. But I'm not here for all that. No. Because in a world where Digimon and Monster Hunter are really popping their Mon Ussies to give us these stellar visuals, killer new gameplay features, and a new HD 4K crazy-ass monster taming experience, we got this bum copywriting the ability to summon monsters in video games, which they're doing because they're just so embarrassed with Midworld over here mogging them with the chattest jawline imaginable. And in fact, that whole lawsuit has been like the biggest Clown World thing to happen recently, or at least what I'm allowed to talk about on this channel. But it's also so dumb because we have actual lawmakers just really dumbfounded that it ever went through, especially with they've been so open and honest about where they got the ideas for Pokémon. They got them from Dragon Quest and Shimigami Tensei, which got their ideas from the Books of Solomon. So I don't know, are we gonna copyright the Bible now? I mean, you got enough money, so, you know, why not? You know what? No, don't even put that blue bag thing on the screen. I'm too bad for jokes. Then, in the actual Direct, we got a few announcements for Pokemon, including this Ditto thing. Yeah, you ain't ever gonna get another Mystery Dungeon, Ranger, or Conquest. But hey, it's something different, you know? I ain't gonna hate on it unless it's like $70, but still, I wasn't gonna buy most of the things in this Direct anyway, so it doesn't bother me. But speaking of $70, we got more mega info for ZA, and you know what? It looks nice. I like the 3 reveals that we've had leading up to this point, and the Kalos starters look really clean, you know, really tapping into their inspirations to give us this awesome Paladin Chestnut, a really witchy Delphox. I can hear the artist scribbling right now. And then we get Greninja, who's pretty bland and is just kind of letting the frog blood rush to his head like a moron.
How dare you stand where he stood?
But you know what? That's fine. That's fine. You know, even if I'm very critical of this game's new price point for the Switch 2 version, I can at least say I'm very interested in where ZA takes us as this experimental step in the Pokemon formula. Why are you announcing DLC before the game even comes out? Okay, like, well, what is this? What is this? Okay, well, one, good to see Hoopa again, probably one of their cooler ideas, admittedly. 2, Raichu getting a Mega is actually a really great idea. It's just too bad that it's ugly and got these weird little Pikachu features stapled on. I don't know why they did that. It feels a bit disrespectful with Gorochu being out of the closet for so long. Why not just pull from that? But what do you mean there's going to be paid DLC? This game isn't even out yet. Who knows if it's even good at all? And you just know this is gonna cost at least $30, like the past DLC expansions. So, like, what are you gonna do for half of the game's price point? Are we gonna go out of Lumio City? I doubt it, considering that's the whole point of the game. Are we just gonna pull an X and Y and have a portion of the city in a blackout caused by the Raichus that I need to pay to get into? Is Hoopa gonna take us to a new region where Volcanion finally gets a second form to match the rest of the tree? I don't know. But what I do know is that your dog ass is coming in here with a $110 Pokemon experience, so you better pull out all the stops if you're this confident. And it really tells me that this DLC is probably pretty close to launch if you're announcing it so soon. So are we just going to get our little Isle of Armor parallel like 3 months after launch? Is this so you can complete this game and then release Gen 10 in the fall of next year? Have we learned anything, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know. I'm literally just dumbstruck. I had to come in here and I had to write this shit down and like to just express how crazy this is. Like, really, like, what are we doing? What do we do? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But this announcement has legitimately rang all my alarm bells, because I smell a rat, and it ain't these two stinkers. I got my eye on you, Game Freak. You know you do. You really had me going for a minute there, but now my guard is up. You know, spiky shield, whatever. I got stuff to work on. I'll see you cats later. Bye.